All right. I didn't know I was that ugly. I can't see myself. Okay. So anyway, I'll leave it for everybody else to come back and watch the video. Let them do whatever the hell they want. So first, I want to give a shout out to a lot of people that always kept the real me over the years. My Shifu Lisandro Vega, my Shigong, my Shigong, Leung Fu. I've been with them and started with them since back in '95. Um, um, with them, the Rivera family from on Morgan Street. The Rivera family on Morgan Street, Springfield, Massachusetts. Beautiful people. They helped me out a lot. My mom, obviously, right? And guess what else? We have Sufu Hashim. Let me see. When I remember meeting him first time when we were in, they had a School of the Warriors in downtown Springfield at a weight place. I met him there for the first time. Randy B. Haskins, Sensei. I can't quite remember when I first met him, but you know, I don't know. I was probably drunk at the time. But either way, he's there. He's kept it real with me since 100. Also, for Sufu, don't forget to go on his website, which is all the way up the top, martialartsoutdoorsventures.com. And for Randy Haskins, don't forget to check out his book, Insight 101, Way Big Power, and also an upcoming one, the Martial Advice for Training and Living, the UA Way, coming soon. UA Way, Underground Alliance, in case anybody didn't know. He got his YouTube channel there as well as his website. We have Dr. Antonio Graceffo. He goes around, he does Martial Odyssey. I think that nature. He also goes by the name of Brooklyn Monk. A lot of people say that he is very agnostic or whatever and always skeptical, but that's because he's the kind of person that he only believes what he sees and what hurts, basically. Right? Israel Lopez Sensei, Judo Sensei. Don't forget to check out his podcast at Anchor FM. What's it called? The Way of the Winds. No, wait a minute. Anchor Israel Lopez, 14 episodes. Well, click the link, whatever it's called. And if I didn't shout you out, that's because you got a lot of things going on. Well, I have a lot of things going on, and my brain is pretty much out of it at the moment. I'm handling all kinds of things of that nature. All right. So for those of you that don't know me, my name is Jason Cardona. All right, we've been trying to get Cardona Wisdom started since back in 2008, I believe. Supposed to be me and my brothers. So apparently I'm doing it myself. The hell with it. I can't keep waiting on other people. All right. And for the most part, I've been training Northern Shaolin and Eagle Claw Kung Fu since 1995 under Lisandro Vega, Shifu Lisandro Vega, and Shigong Fu. And I worked corrections, law enforcement for a small amount of time. Also bail enforcement for about 4 years. And now I'm pretty much an entrepreneur, going about doing things. Oh, no. Sufu, I didn't meet you at a juvenile lockup. That was where I was like, was that while I was locked up? Back in 94, 95? Because I remember one of your students had the School of the Warriors in downtown Springfield. It was a big gym. I think they knocked it down already. It was a weightlifting gym. Very danky looking place. I think the gentleman's name was last name was Santiago or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, he's one of my mom's ex's cousins. I trained under him. All right. So anyway, without further ado, topic is martial arts. Now these are strictly my opinions. Oh, Marshall Mays. There you go. Thank you, Randy Haskins. The the podcast for Israel Lopez. Damn it. I mean, the podcast for Israel Lopez is called Marshall Mays. All right, so feel free to click on that link, listen to all the other. He does interviews on certain subjects as far as martial arts is concerned, and maybe a few other things. But I'm pretty sure you'll enjoy it, so feel free to check him out. All right. So, topic is martial arts. Right? It's, right? So the topic is martial arts, and be aware that these are just my opinions. It's just the way it is. It's just the way I feel about certain things. Many people would agree with it. Many people will not. That's just the way life goes. At the end of the day, we still got to go back to being neighbors or punching each other in the face, whichever works. So, anyways, issue number one. Styles are like opinions. Everybody's got one. The majority of people believe that their style is the only one that works, and everything else. That's the truth. But then there are those of us that always believe that there's more than one way up to the peak of the mountain. So whichever path we choose is up to us. So long as it works and fits with our personality, and so long as we can make it work with us. All right. So that part being said, on some of these other issues, I might take a little longer for explanation. Now, as far as the styles I like opinions, are there anyone that wants to post a little something on that on the comments page? Feel free to do so. I'll give about a few seconds. Now, number two on the issues, the importance of lineage. All right, the importance of lineage. Everybody wants to talk about how they don't want to do certain things, and that's a certain lineage, because lineage. I don't know if that made any sense, but anyway, the importance of lineage is pretty much like going to a university. Now, the difference between going to STCC and going to Harvard and MIT, right? So that would be the quality of education of what you're looking for. So as far as this same thing with lineage. So if somebody was to go to, for example, to, like, let's say in Eagle Claw School, I would ask him, who did you train under? Lao, Lily Lao, or Lao Tzu Ching, or for example, um, Lao Tzu Ching is James Lao, or for example, wow, I can't believe I forgot his name. But anyways, he's from New York. If I remember his name, I'll bring it up. I'll bring it up again. But he's from New York, Marshall cousin. Lily Lao is my kung fu aunt, right? Or from my Shigong South Acton. And they would ask, what's the difference? So the quality of training is what is the difference. Like, for example, if people that come to me from my Grandmaster's or my Shifu's place for Eagle Claw, right? If they tell me that they train there, I would obviously call them up and say, hey, what's going on with them, things of that nature. I would expect them to know certain things, and if they can't do that, then they don't do too well. Not to mention the importance of lineages means who keeps the quality of training as far as overall, um, the fighting, the spiritual, the discipline, all of that. That would explain as to how good they and competent they will be as far as their art is concerned. All right. So if anybody can add to that, feel free to do that in the chat. That'd be great. Don't mind me. This is like my first time or maybe second time doing something solo here. And I'm still trying to figure out this whole mechanism. All right. Now, number three. All right. This one is also important because everybody gets it mixed up. The reasons why people train. That is important. Now, if a person is ultra traditional, nothing wrong with that. If a person is ultra traditional, then the reason why you train would also decide whether that person would accept you into their school or not, or take you under their wing or not. Right now, the main reasons for training is fitness. That's what the majority of people they try to treat it like some type of a Planet Fitness or something like that. So they go there, they pay the fee, they work out, they got a great workout and everything of that nature, but they don't really learn anything because all they focusing on is working out and getting a sweat. Right now, there are those. Let me see. Another reason many people train would be for fighting. Xian Ming. What about him? Shifu Xian Ming. Yep. Well, yeah, big shout out to him. My Shifu trained under him for a little bit. I trained for him for even less a little bit because I'm all over the place. Things of that nature. All right. Anyways, back to the reasons why people train. Number two for reasons would be fighting. Some people just love to fight. It's what it is. They get a hoot. Nothing wrong about it there. I mean, as far as certain things in life is concerned, fighting solves everything. You know, you get bullied, knock them on the head. You get you catch a sickness, right? You fight it with antibodies or whatever. I mean, the fighting mentality, a lot of it is like a fire that helps you keep going to keep on going through things. Not just physically. Now, the discipline, a very important one. There's some people just do it for the discipline because they see that they find themselves lacking in being able to focus on getting certain things done. So they go and take a martial arts to get discipline, to be able to keep focus on their task. I mean, a lot of right now there's a lot of business people that do that, believe it or not. And let me see, et cetera, et cetera. Now, number 4. This is no Xianming. Xianming is Northern Shaolin. I'm talking about an Eagle Claw guy. Leung Chum. Leung Chum. There you go. Leung Chum Chifu. One of my kung fu cousins or kung fu uncles, Eagle Claw uncles in New York. I forgot who he was. I think he's in Brooklyn or the Bronx. One of those two. I have to look him up. But he got some nice videos out there. Big shout out to him as well. All right, so the type of martial artists. This is a big one. I'll be spending a lot of time on this. Very simple. Well, it's not actually. All right. Number 1, the first type that everybody normally meets all over the place. These are the guys that, for some strange reason, they make the most money, they have the most students, and all of that. Which would be, number 1 is the posers, the McDojo people, right? Because they keep everything watered down, if you can call it that. They keep everything watered down, and people believe in it because lots of people, they want to do what's easy while thinking they can achieve maximum results. They're trying to cut corners for the most part. So a lot of these posers, dojos people, they go out there and they've only been training. They're only 18 years old, but yet they're eighth dan. The eighth dan Aikido Jiu-Jitsu or eighth dan in Jingyi Chuan and things of that nature. It's ridiculous. All right. And for the most part, these are the people that give the rest of the other groups, well, the main groups that actually do certain things, a bad name, and for the most part, that would be for, how can I put it? Yeah, so they give everybody a bad name. Now, number 2, those that don't want to train but only want to fight or spar. They either come in from another school or they come in from wherever. They already got the attitude that they learn all they need to know. They don't want to train with everybody else. They just want to spar. Okay, cool. So then, we decide to match them up with somebody. You want to fight? Okay, let's match them with one of our fighters, one of our guys that actually trains to fight, and deal with that. Now, for the most part, these people actually end up getting hurt in the dojo, mostly their feelings, and it's hilarious. They go in there, then they want to complain that that the people that just hurt their feelings are over here. You guys don't know what you're doing. You're not supposed to fight this way. You're supposed to do that. You're supposed to do this. They blame everything. They blame everybody else and everything but themselves. All right, and those are the McDojo and the poser guys, along with the people that don't want to train but only want to fight. Those are the main group. Also, with the other people that I'm about to mention as well. Those are the main people that, for some strange reason, they always want to blame the art and not themselves. They always want to blame the tool. So the carpenter goes out. Damn, my hammer can't drive the nails in. This hammer sucks. Right. It's ridiculous for the most part. some of these people. All right, so now it comes up to number 3, the martial arts movie syndrome people. The guys that want to be like Wang Fei Hong in the Once Upon a Time in China, right? They want to shoot fireballs from their hands, and yeah, we have fun. We have a lot of fun with them. But the problem is they take it seriously. They half-ass their training, and they get themselves right up there with the posers and the McDojo guys. You know, right up there with the poser McDojo guys. They're trying to do, for you teach them a technique, talking about that only takes like 2 movements, 1, 2, for example, 1, 2, and then you see them doing. You're like, what the hell are you doing? And, I want to distract him. I want to do that. No, just simple. Grab, twist. Grab, twist. Not that hard. They're also the main ones that want to always talk about naming of the techniques and things like that. Now, mind you, all right, I'm horrible. I'm horrible with the name technique. If somebody should tell me the front kick, if they were to call a front kick, dragon whip's tail, I whatever. I just call it foot up the ass. Boom, done. Get it over with. I just keep it simple. But a lot of people, they want to overemphasize. They want to how can I put it? They want to overemphasize things, overdo everything, and call it more than what it is. So that's mostly the martial arts movie syndrome guys. Now, number 4, right? Number 4 people. These are comprised of everybody else from 1, 2, 3, and then some, right? My style is too powerful for the competition, right? My style is only for the streets. We only fight in the streets and things of that nature. Yeah. So then when you actually do spar them, I mean, it's what it is. They were talking about eye gouging. They always doing, I bite, I grab balls, I do this, I do that. And for some strange reason, when you actually put them to test, they can't even do that, number 1. And then they always cry about it. Yeah, those people are funny. And let me see. Number 5. Now, these are the worst. Number 5 is the worst. Why? Because these people, they are relentless, all right? They are relentless, and the reason they are the worst is because they steal most of your time through arguments. They are the internet trolls and keyboard warriors, the know-it-alls, all right? The know-it-alls. They always want to talk about every time you talk, you can post something out there about I just taught my daughter, how to do a simple block and things of that nature. And they'll be the first person on your page or on your post talking about, oh, that'll never work in a street fight. And it's like, who the hell are you? You're looking at it like, who the hell is this guy? So you ask him, whatever. And also, no matter what you post or what evidence you show them, what the hell? No matter what evidence you show them, you're still a fraud in his eyes, right? Now, the majority of the time why they do that is because, believe it or not, they get their rocks off of arguing with people online. They're not there to get to the truth of the whole matter. They're just there to win an argument. And by the time you finish doing anything with these people or blocking them or whatever, you've already spent 5, 6, 10 hours arguing with these folks online. All right. So in those 5, 6 hours, you could have been doing a horse dance. Right? You could have been training something. You could have been learning something from a Bill Gates. What do you call that? From Bill Gates seminar. You could have been learning how to play a musical instrument. You could have spent time with your kids. Or you could have made love to your wife, whatever. But unfortunately, you spent that time here arguing with people, with these trolls online, helping them get what they wanted. All right. So, and then the funny part is, excuse me, the funny part is, if you were to actually meet these people in real life, they'll also be the first person that tells you martial arts is not for fighting. Right? Martial arts is for discipline and for honor and all this other stuff, right? So it's like, okay, listen, we agreed to meet to fight, and now you're telling me all this nonsense. Don't waste your time with these people. If somebody wants to argue with you on something online, you just block them, move on. Right? These people get off attention because you just validated their position. All right. And now, let me see. MMA versus traditional. I mean, I don't know why people do that. A lot of people try to argue with me to the point when I tell them, listen, all of the moves in MMA come from traditional martial arts anyway. So what's the big deal? No, it's not. It's this and that. Yada yada yada. It's then hilarious. So then all of a sudden when they go back to, like, let's say a Kimura or a neck crank or a simple neck crank or things of that nature, right? All of a sudden when they go to Japan, they find a secret manual hidden in the dungeon somewhere of an old samurai's house in a hidden place. They open it up. Oh my God, it's that same move we learned over at our Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu place or over at wherever they train. Oh my God, I didn't know that they were actually doing this before. I thought we were learning something new. There's nothing new under the sun. And believe it or not, a lot of people, a lot of places, a lot of traditional places, they feel threatened by the MMA guys and things of that nature due to the fact that, a lot of how can I put it? A lot of the traditional martial arts schools have lost their way. They've gone the way of number 3, which goes to McDonald's posers, or they don't want to train, don't want to fight. They got the martial arts movie syndrome. The martial arts, their style is too powerful. They know it all. Keyboard warriors, yada 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 yada. All right. They have, what MMA has done is actually force these people to step their game up, and a lot of people don't. Case in point would be where a Tai Chi master and a Wing Chun master over in China, they were talking a lot of crap about how they could beat anybody and all these other things. So now the guy that trains MMA or whatnot in China, it's mixed martial arts, hence MMA. Yeah, we know that, Alex. Yeah, that's my brother. Don't mind him. Sort of. All right. you know, so where was I? Oh yeah. So in MMA, things of that nature, they seem to have a problem with us telling them that all their moves come from traditional martial arts. They hate it. They can't stand it because they want to believe that everything that they're doing is new under the sun, which it's not in that nature. And as far as, let me see, on the traditional, oh yes, so the Tai Chi and the Wing Chun guy, they got beat brutally because they didn't expect somebody to answer the call, right? There are too many people, especially the posers and anybody else, and they rely too much on the reputation of a master from the past that actually was a practitioner of the art and actually made it work for himself in battle and things of that nature. So they rely too heavily on the reputation of others instead of building their own. And when they fail, they blame the art, they blame the wife, they blame the kids, they blame everything and everybody under the sun but themselves, because they failed to do the due diligence of finding a good teacher, of actually paying attention in class, training hard, training smart. What else? So, and for, I mean, as far as I see, I mean, if anybody from traditional MMA or whatever, if they go in the ring, things that nature, I got a lot of respect for them because they put it on the line, to go out there in front of everybody, win or lose, to get it done. So I got a lot of respect to people that actually put the money where their mouths is, and whether win or lose, I wish them the best. Now I forgot number 6 of the types of martial artists is the disciple, the serious learner. All right. Now, these are the ones that are always ridiculed and persecuted in the workplace, in pretty much in the family, all right, in the hobby clubs and things of that nature. Almost everywhere they go, they're always ridiculed and everything until the shit hits the fan. I don't know about anybody here that's worked law enforcement, but if you have, on corrections or anything. Those main people that ridicule you or talk mad trash, what they would do is they would talk everything under the sun, try to put you down, everything else. But all of a sudden, when there's a riot or there's a felony stop, oh, is Cardona working? They're on the radio. Oh, is Cardona working? Yeah, I have a felony stop? I need backup. It's you know, it's ridiculous. Those are the same people. And then, not to mention, when there's a riot going on, they lock themselves in a room, leaving you by yourself and or another partner that actually knows how to throw hands to take care of the problem. And then he gets out trying to claim victory. Yeah, we did this, man. We beat their ass. Yeah, us too. All right. So, yep. So the disciple, the serious learners, they're always being ridiculed, you know, made fun of, all these other things until the shit hits the fan, right? And yep, we got to take care of business. And then all of a sudden, as soon as we're done taking care of the business, the very people that we help out are the first people to ask. The first thing they ask us is, okay, so when are you leaving? You can't own these people, so don't bother. Which is why I went independent and just did my entrepreneur thing, like I'm doing now, and I'm making a hell of a lot more money with it too. Awesome. All right, so that being said, I have 56 minutes and things of that nature already done. So, are there any questions, issues, concerns? If anybody want to type it up, later on I'm probably get a little setup to make sure to make if people want to call in or things of that nature. But right now, this is what I got. I'm in my truck, and alrighty. Oops. Questions, issues, and or whoops, concerns. All right. Looks like somebody just saw the message I sent them, even though they left me on scene for like almost 24 hours. Now they're telling me they just saw it. Nice. Ah, ridiculous. All right. All right. So there's no questions, no issues, no concerns. So I would have to ask from there. All right. If there's any topics you want me to get on, I'm see about expanding it or whatever. I got people trying to get me to do it at least once or twice a week or 3 times a week and things of that nature. I mean, what they have to understand is that I have tons of stuff going on. All right. So for me to take time off of that to be able to do this, Sifu Hashim put up a good point. All right. Some Chinese style don't let the students spar for years. Case in point, like when I first start training people, we don't do any sparring, especially if they don't have any martial arts experience. All right. Normally, I train people by what's that called? By their talent. All right. However, if they have no experience whatsoever, we don't do any sparring or anything of that nature until like maybe 4 to 5, 6 months down the road of training because I want to focus on the structuring, the stances, the movements, and you know to be able to move without stumbling over their own feet. A lot of times, for some strange reason, it's hard for some folks. I'm pretty sure some of you guys, when you're teaching in class, you teach again that same thing. Grab here, turn, and then the guy is doing this. No, 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 no. Grab, twist, turn, whatever you want to call it. Oh no. So now you got to break the bad habits. So that's the main reason for that. as far as that sparring is concerned. And if the student still decides that he's going to go out and talk and be like the other guys, the posers, that don't want to train, but only the martial arts movie syndrome people, the my style too powerful competition, the know it all or whatever, then that's totally on them. You got to remember that a lot of these people, that one of the main things that we do as martial artists is we teach people personal accountability. And if they know full well they have not trained to do sparring or fighting as of yet or at all, but then go out there and still try to be, Mr. Machismo, Rico Suave, and get his ass beat, that's totally on them. You know, and I'm pretty sure that as a Shifu or a Sensei, whatever you want to call it, same difference. It would be, you would be the first to tell them, this is why we do this. No sparring anything at the moment. Oh yeah, years. Yeah, that's an issue. I mean, not letting the people spar or at least do something combative for years. That's an issue. Yeah, that's one of those. That's one of those. What you call that? Uh, Paranoia things. I have to make sure that he will be a good disciple or a student, or he's serious, type of thing. And me personally, now it's ridiculous. One of the main things that, as far as when it comes to traditional in general, when I tell people, is that tradition is to, yes, maintain the same standards, but always update to what is necessary for modern times. And like for example, I teach firearms in my curriculum, right? When I build a school in Vermont or wherever I have it and things of that nature, one part of the curriculum would be firearms. Now, I get a lot of heat from that from a lot of my own Kung Fu family. Oh, no, you can't be doing that because, there's guns is one thing, but Kung Fu is another. I'm pretty sure they used to tell people back in the old days, oh, yeah, bow and arrows. Oh, that's not how we do it. And things like that. All of a sudden they see that it works. And they're like, oh, yeah, shit. Whoa. And all of a sudden, bows and arrows become part of their curriculum. Then afterwards, crossbows. And then afterwards, good old fashioned firearms. But people say it's breaking tradition. I say that it's keeping with traditions of modernizing. Right? It's not like you put away everything that you learned before or anything that was built up that the style was built upon. It's just that it's 2020 now. It's not 1200 where yes, it's good to learn the swords and everything, but at the same time, the thugs on the street got the guns. You got nothing but a hand with some skin on it. He's far away. He shoots it down. You know, you got to modernize. But yeah, years I'm working on combative concepts and things of that nature with somebody. Yeah, that's just, to me, that's just ridiculous. And that's just the master being either over paranoid or being a fool, one of the two. I mean, that's just weird. All right. So, anything else as far as this topic is concerned? Something for people to see. Maybe not. All right. So, feel free to check out. Uh, no, I do not do the Utah license training. And to be honest, the Utah license training, like, let's say you got to be careful with that. As Let's see if I remember correctly. I don't know if they made any changes since I last seen it, which is about a couple of years. As far as the laws on that is concerned, there are some states that even if you do have the Utah license training, you must be a resident of Utah to be able to carry in that state. Um, what else? He must be in Belgium. Like point in case for, like, let's say in Madison, Wisconsin. I mean, in Wisconsin, in the state of Wisconsin. All right. They honor they honor Massachusetts. What's that called? License to carry, but they do not honor Vermont state driver's license because Vermont is a constitutional state. Vermont is a constitutional carry state. You can carry both concealed and or openly. So long as you're not being a fool with it, and it's totally legal. Uh, However, the Ohio does not recognize Vermont, but it recognizes Massachusetts license to carry. So, so be careful with the Utah license thing. All right. So what you want to do is, if you're going to take the class, you also check out. I think it's 37 states or something like that. You got to do your homework on this because a lot of these instructors, they want to take your money. That's why every time there's a there's a state talking about, oh yeah, we're gonna do constitutional carry. Just let everybody carry how they want, so long as they're not being idiots, it's okay. The first people to want to shoot that down are firearms license instructors, because now it's messing with the bread and butter. Oh, these people need training, they need this, they need that, yada yada yada. Okay, I'm pretty sure that the first thing in my experience, a lot of people when they first buy a firearm, the first thing they want to do is they want to go for training, for the most part. Majority of people are going to do that anyway. A lot of these other firearms instructors, they just, yeah, they're greedy. You know? So check the laws in each state as far as concerning the Utah license. So then that way, when you do get it, you won't get in trouble when you're in those areas. All right. Let me see. Now, if there's anything that you guys want to put up for a future topic, things that nature, you can send an email to askcardonawisdom. Oops, askcardonawisdom@gmail.com. Let me type that in. Wisdom at gmail.com. Hey, that's the email to send the questions or that you might want answered or whatever when I'm not online. I'll get to it, you know, especially if it's something that's very important. I'll get to it right away. I'll either make a small video and put it up, or I do a live session like I'm doing now and get those things addressed. All right. So don't forget. I mean, you guys have obviously liked this page, but don't also forget that I have a few other projects coming up. All right. One with Iron Sheik from Wu Tang. He and I are doing something for a film on a film project, as well as a few other things that are coming up. So stay tuned for that. Also, if you notice that I post a lot of LOTM, pound LOTM, that's one of the film scripts that I'm writing based on Yun Kai Sun lineage, Wing Chun. So that's the one that I'm focusing on writing right now. I put my Forged by Fire page on hold. I put my Forged by Fire scripts on hold. I put my 5 senseis, which is something that I'm looking to do with Randy Haskins Sensei, the Whitley brothers, and a few other people. I put that on hold. I put my Wrath of the Father on hold. I put a lot of things on hold because I'm focused on finishing off that script. And the good part is we're gonna finally approach the lady that we want to be the main actress. So that's gonna be cool. So once I set the page up, I hope some of you guys will be the first one to get it done. And also, don't congratulate me yet, but I'm also looking at another truck that another driver who's retiring wants to sell me at a very cheap price. So that means I'll have 2 trucks running. Extra G's. Extra G's. All right. So that being said, thank you everybody for watching Cardona Wisdom. Feel free to share this. All right. If you have any concerns, anything of that nature, again, askcardonawisdom@gmail.com. Askcardonawisdom@gmail.com. All right. So have a good night and be blessed. What the hell is this? Wow, something just popped up on my thing while I'm trying to handle my business. And people suck. Cardona Wisdom, please watch my stuff. Trying to barge in on my territory. Ha. All right, hey, you guys have a good night. All right. Also, I'm in Springfield right now, so if anybody wants to meet up, break a few laws as far as social distancing is concerned, let me holler at your boy. So I'm in Springfield, Massachusetts. Talk to everybody later. All right, be safe out there. God bless. Woo!